Hello, everybody. My name is Dean Pierce. Hey. I work on security stuff and all sorts of weird things. One thing that I like to do is make funny websites that do weird stuff. So I'm gonna talk about this one that I had an idea a while back. So I'm gonna start off with some basic philosophy. So I think everyone here would agree that technology is good, right? So I have this, fundamental feeling that like the proliferation of technology is kind of what drives humanity, and it's kind of like an important thing that I think we should, promote. And I think people should feel safe using technology, because I think one of the biggest hindrances of technological progress is when people are, concerned, when they're afraid, when they don't trust the machines that they use. And so one of the key aspects to make that a reality is that bugs should be rare, which is kind of a generic truth. And there's a lot of approaches, and I think a lot of people feel the same way, and there's a lot of people that are trying to do it in their own different ways. But so some history on how people have kind of tackled this. Does anybody remember full disclosure? Full disclosure? Yeah. It was good stuff. So ages ago, and I mean even still today, but I mean ages ago there was people that would just constantly be like dumping weird stuff, and you'd see things like zero-day kernel exploits fully weaponized that you just like, you download on the mailing list and you like run it on a server, and then it's like, hey, root shell. And I mean that was kind of fun, right? And that was kind of the whole thing, is people that were the researchers were the ones that were just kind of dropping bugs everywhere. It was fun times. And then there was this whole kind of shift in a lot of the industry movement, whatever, that the no more free bugs. Anybody remember? It's Charlie and all those guys. Yeah, Soderov and yeah. So fun stuff, right? 2009. It was kind of this whole thing, and it makes sense, right? I mean, people don't want to put in 6 months of work just to like dump it to some mailing list because it's funny. So
some of us do.
Well, and so
Brian disagrees with that.
So around that time, we had some of like the ZDI stuff, the zero-day initiative, and that was a tipping point. And they're doing this great thing where they're like buying up these bugs for like $5,000 a pop, and then they would work with the vendors to kind of figure it out. And in exchange, they would be able to have kind of a few months advance warning for some of their intrusion detection fun stuff. And so I mean, kind of for the first time ever, people could,
Hello folks, I'm Geek here. Unfortunately, the video rig froze up and we lost the speaker up until about the 4-minute, 35-second mark. So, sorry about that.
out to me is crappy software, right? So no matter where you are, no matter like what company it is, like there's going to be people running crappy software, and it's first of all, the internet bug bounty is not going to pay. Like even if crappy software, but internet bug bounty is not going to donate money to people that find these bugs, and you're not going to see these coming out of Vupin because who cares if it's whatever. If it's not like a Chrome bug or whatever, it's not really in their view. So how do we get this stuff fixed? And so here's kind of where the idea came from. So I made this crappy website. It's a cheap. Internet is good. Yes. Yes. And so essentially, the theory here is I wanted to try to do some of these, the type of services that like Zerodium provides, where they have, instead of paying, a few $1,000s a month or whatever to these services, it's more like a Netflix kind of model. So you pay $10 a month, and you get access to this like mailing list, and then people like dump bugs on it. And so anybody, no matter what the bug is, no matter whatever, they can throw bugs onto the mailing list and they get paid because there's subscriber fees. What? Oh. Yeah, that's good. And so, yeah, so, and I mean, an important aspect of this website also is, all the money that comes from subscription fees goes to the people finding the bugs. I have a day job. I don't necessarily need to like skim anything off the top, and so it's actually, and it's kind of cool because it has sort of a jackpotting effect where if nobody submits any bugs for a month or two, then the money kind of builds up, and then when people start submitting bugs, then they get bigger payouts, which I thought was kind of a fun kind of equilibrium whatever thing. And people like maybe holding on to their bugs for a while as it increases and does whatever. But anyway, fun stuff. But I mean, really the driving force behind this is I want to get more people into low-end bug hunting. And I'm talking like, college kids or whatever that, they might have, started digging through, Firefox source code looking for some bug that they can sell for thousands of dollars, and then like gotten frustrated because it's kind of hard to like to break into the bug hunting industry right now because there's a lot of stuff getting fixed, which is great. But there's so many things that are not fixed, so crappy website. So no bugs left behind. I think I don't think that there should. There's a lot of reasons why people don't disclose bugs. Like they might find bugs, and maybe it's too much trouble. Maybe the security contact isn't Googleable. Maybe whatever. But people do find bugs, and they just don't bother disclosing it because they don't even really care, and there's no real incentive to do that. So I thought it'd be fun to just kind of create a website that adds that little bit of incentive to that sort of thing. And so essentially, you write up an advisory like you see on full disclosure or whatever. You dump it to the website, and one thing here, if you go to the website, it has the rules where AppSec is on the left and WebSec is on the right, but. So AppSec is more like the CVE style bugs that you'll see where buffer overflow in AbiWord or something, I don't know. And then I also wanted to put something in there for web security. So anything in the Alexa top million, like a silly SQL injection, or like if you can use cross-site scripting to actually like do a session hijack or something, you should post it to this list and then maybe get like $100 or something because it's silly. I mean, and. One of the key aspects that I wanted to kind of promote with some of this is, once you've posted something, it's not just about the bug, I think. And I think a lot of existing bug bounty programs kind of don't hammer this hard enough. But I think the write-ups are really important. How people found this bug, what tools did they use, what did they happen to stumble across, and I think. So you get bonus points, essentially, which means extra money if you do things like write-ups or fully functional proof-of-concept exploits, things like that. And so, and I think that'll help kind of promote kind of the education atmosphere, and they can actually get more people even into bug hunting, because a lot of people don't realize necessarily how easy it is to find a simple bug in some application somewhere. And so it's also on the internet now. You can go to the internet website. So There's a CheapBugs Twitter. It doesn't really do anything right now, but it's there. It'll probably like promote stuff or do interesting things at some point. You can actually like click the button on the website and subscribe with like Bitcoin or PayPal. And I wrote a little fun back-end code to like add and remove people from a Google group, which is essentially like the mailing list stuff I'm using. So it's all like kind of free hosted. I'm not like really paying for anything, which is kind of nice. And I think people start looking for bugs, and if you have any, please post bugs and encourage others to do the same. And I mean, it's not like I'm deep into this or what. Like, I've got a few volunteer judges that are just kind of friends and people that I know that like to make fun of bugs or whatever. And so, but if you've got any like feedback or anything like that, I mean, fun stuff. I'm really excited. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Because just listening to you talk, it sounds like be a job to just give this up.
Well, I definitely. I mean, it's gotten, I think, harder to kind of get into it. And I mean, the important part is that more bugs are getting fixed. And as sort of the whole bug bounty atmosphere kind of proliferates through all these different companies are starting to set up more bug bounties with bigger scopes, and they're paying out a lot of things. And I think things are getting better in that sense. And I mean, the more people that are looking at it, the more researchers there are. Helps a lot, but there's also a lot more code being written today. So.
Well, I think it's really great to fix bugs.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I think you compress the history of the disclosure movement quite a bit, and you missed a lot of key points.
Mm-hmm.
Beyond
it's
that,
a fire talk.
Yeah. If you're encouraging people to go out and use cross-site scripting on websites or random sites, make sure you have a good lawyer. And seriously looking at that, especially for paying people for these bugs. There's a whole body of law there that can get you, as the website owner, into a deep pile of shit. Not to mention the person actually looking for the bugs. I'm seriously, contact somebody who can help you with that.
Oh.
And also, this is all just the main list, right? So there's no coordination whatsoever. So you're just dropping,
that there.
Just want to make sure that's fine. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like this is for future reference and future quotations.
So, people can coordinate with the vendor and then at the same time also post to the mailing list. I mean, there's nothing stopping that, and they totally get all the rewards too. So, but yeah. Well, it's a very new website. So. Like 6 or 7. I mean, this is like the official launch right now, though. So, yeah.
I like the idea of the class, right? We've seen that. I like to fix the small shits and I don't like all these things that nobody can wrap around. They don't have a plan. Or bugs and things I like that. And maybe more achievements, if you will, for bug followers. Things like that is easier. Yeah, so give the achievement points and goals.
All right. Oh, yeah.
I do have a positive thing. I don't know if this is your official slogan or not, but no bugs left behind. I love
that. Okay. Good. Okay. Hooray! All right. So, yeah. Good.
So 1 or 2 questions.
1 or 2 questions. Questions. Yeah.
Have you done anything about contacting vendors and actually trying to, bring some of these bugs to their attention so they can get them fixed? Or, I mean, do you have some mechanism in place to do that?
It hasn't really come up yet. So, yeah. So.
I would
Oh, no.
actually like to see a clearinghouse for people who have never followed a report. Like, honestly, I can't tell you how many freaking times I have come across people in this industry that are really, clearly very good at what they do. And they found some kind of and they have no way of interfacing with this company. They're looking at me going like, can you figure this out? Like, there's no clue. But you know, if we had some kind of way to make this easier across the board, regardless of
It's a prize now. Yeah. All right.
Is Wendy?
You know what?
Thanks. Thanks, man.
Yeah.
You should seriously hear people from half the money and Minecraft here. You should seriously talk to them about maybe doing some kind of partnership because they have the relationship already in place. And,
Well, presumably, if they're already going through that vendor, I mean, that's the.
team up with you and say, you know, help you with part of it because they don't have to get involved. They're not interested in some other things. So they may be willing to partner up with you possibly and get that going and catch the rest of it. So.
so great product and